back with a new journey.
Another one?
Yes, David has lots of journeys that he's on right now, currently. And this one, you can tell from what's behind you, is his G.I. Joe. He wants
G.I.
to
Joe.
rebuild his G.I. Joe collection. Over the years, he has added stuff. He bought stuff at shows, comic shows, toy shows.
You've given me a few pieces.
Yes, for birthdays, Christmas, anniversaries, and whatever. So he has been building it, but he didn't document it. For those of you that's been watching for a while, you know he's also on his journey to rebuilding the Star Wars.
Yeah.
So he has that, and now he wants to document his journey of rebuilding his G.I. Joe collection. So today we're going to add a piece to what he already had.
Yeah, because once upon a time, between G.I. Joe and Star Wars, those were my two, like, biggest collections. I had a lot of stuff. I had a huge collection, but those were the bulk, and it was all boxed and carded stuff. I had pretty much everything American-made Star Wars and pretty much everything ARAH carded and boxed and loose examples. And then I had from 60s and 70s, probably 20 times what you see up there. I must have had 50 loose dressed Joes and God knows how many boxed and carded sets, and a lot of them sealed and things like that. And it was part of that collection that was stolen many years ago. And so I'm still working on that, still working on 60s and 70s and ARAH era G.I. Joe pieces. And most of the loose figures that you see here, like especially down in here in the base, are my actual childhood figures. These loose figures that are displayed all over the place are figures that I had gotten myself in childhood, bought with my own money, you know, collected bottles and cans, did odd jobs, whatever, and got them myself. These figures, this vehicle, the bivouac set, things like that, and managed to hold on to them, even despite what happened with the collection being stolen. And some other pieces I bought, I purchased these boxed sets. LPH gave me that rapid fire motorcycle, which is like sealed. She gave me the Mean Dog. And other pieces I picked up at conventions, like I got this at a show. I got this at a comic convention just recently. I picked this up at a Joe Fest, like last year, was it?
I think so,
Yeah.
a year or two ago.
Yeah, for a really, really good price. And you know, I'm trying.
Yeah.
That's all you can do is try. Now, recently, if you watch our like big unboxing videos, right? I got this one, and it was a lot worse than this. I flattened it out a little bit. It was smashed in shipping. The shipper, the seller, put this and another item in the box, and the other item is larger and much more fragile and came through without a scratch. This got completely demolished. And I was pretty upset, actually, because it was factory sealed, and, you know, again, it's a piece that I had. And I contacted the seller, and he was like, you know what, I do actually happen to have another one, and I will send it to you, and you can send this one back. I'll pay for the postage and whatever you want to do. And he actually had another one and replaced it. He sent this, and this is in really decent shape, the box. I don't even mind that there's an oversized price tag on it, because I don't mind regular price tags, but these gigantic ones bother me. But you know, it's okay. I'm not going to complain. But kudos to the seller for owning it and doing something about it, because that's getting to, besides poor packaging from a lot of sellers, trying to work with them is getting impossible. They're getting worse and worse in recent years, I've noticed, because I've been, you know, dealing with comics and toys since the late 80s, and especially in the last 10 years or so, I've seen a real decline in customer service from eBay sellers or whatever, you know. So this is, it's not a huge spectacular piece, but it means a lot to me because it's another piece that I've got back and I can try to squeeze it in somewhere. And I'll take, whatever I can find, loose complete or sealed boxed examples. I'll be happy. I'll probably never be able to recover what I lost because you just don't go out and buy an entire run of like 80s and early 90s mint on card GI Joes. It's not going to happen. The prices have gone up so much. Same argument as like with the Star Wars. But this is the new piece that I'm adding in, and as I find more ARAH era or Adventure Team or America's Movable Fighting Man era items, like you see up top there, I'll go ahead and put it in a video and just take people along my little journey to trying to rebuild. And that's really all it is. Plus I enjoy it. I enjoy like basically 3 decades of GI Joe collecting. I don't have hardly anything modern. I had a few classifieds, and actually a couple of viewers even sent me some classified figures, and thank you very much. I just kind of gave up because I can't find them. Can't find them. Got tired of running around like an idiot looking for them, and that's probably why they sent them to me, because they were like, "Geez, guy can't even find this. I feel bad."
We have
But
good viewer friends.
yeah, we do. They're very nice. Because there's no obligation. Nobody has to do anything for me, but so I really do appreciate that. But yeah, this is the new piece. Cobra Overlord's Dictator includes the Overlord.
What's
Overlord
combat
driver.
pay?
It's one of their things. It's like a there's a catalog inside, and you can earn points or collect points.
You got to cut the tag off the back. Oh yeah.
Yeah, you see the little flag point.
Yeah.
I think this was a separate offer. I don't remember how the combat pay one works specifically. I remember the rub off card one, and they had a few contests that they did over the years, and this is just one of them.
And sometimes it's hard to find a box that have that without that cutout, huh?
Yeah, often these are missing.
Because kids cut it out
They
to
cut
get
them
the
off.
free stuff.
Yeah, you often see these cut off of the G.I. Joe boxes, the ARAH era boxes. You see them cut off of a lot of Kenner products. The Kenner Star Wars figures and pieces are often missing the little Kenner point. The Steve Scout stuff is famous for that. You can have like mint in box the play set or the figure's not even ever played with, but the point's gone. So what are you going to do? But yeah, aside from the flag points, which can be used to mail away for things, that's actually how I got my original Duke and Cobra Commander. The combat pay is like additional little G.I. Joe money, I guess, that should be in this box
Okay.
that you can use to mail away to one of their catalogs.
Okay. So you got a nice little collection going.
Yeah.
And we're going to continue this journey with you. See what all you can do.
Yeah, and any comments or suggestions or anything else?
I got a suggestion.
Okay, what is it?
The USS Flag.
Oh my God, where would I put it?
I don't know, but I would be glad if you get one.
I would love to have that. I've actually right now I'm trying to find a complete Terradrome.
You want to complete anything.
I bet. Well, yeah, that would be.
You
nice.
want that spaceship.
Oh, the Defiant. Yeah, that would be great too. But I've been on the. I figure of the because GI Joe actually had some pretty decent play sets. When you compare them to a lot of other toy lines.
I think they had the better of them.
They really did. So you can do a lot more with this than you can with Castle Grayskull. And I know Castle Grayskull is a classic, but it's not, doesn't have really good play value.
Yeah, and we've talked about this on the live stream. People always make like the top 10 best play sets, and Castle Grayskull is always number 1.
Yeah.
But when you really look at it and
It's
you're
not-
honest with yourself and quit trying to be all super nostalgic, is not a great
Yeah,
playset.
it's not a functional toy.
No, and it doesn't even look all that good. And G.I. Joe,
And this coming from a major vintage
yeah.
MOTU collector here.
I love Masters of the Universe,
Yeah,
I admit. But I like G.I. Joe. I don't collect G.I. Joe.
yeah,
I don't. But I do like it. I like how it looks. I like the box and everything. I just don't collect it.
yeah.
But
Oh, the art
seeing,
was always great on these.
yeah. But seeing your stuff and looking at these vehicles and the various play sets, and when we go to shows and we're looking at the play sets, and I've seen other people review the play sets,
Yeah,
they're really nice and they do a lot of stuff. Like this headquarters, they got the bunk in there. Let me see if I can get in there a little bit, not too much.
yeah.
But they got the cell, you can put vehicles, they got the bunks, they got workstations. Castle Grayskull got like a trap door that the villains or whoever falls through.
Yeah,
It's
and
like, that's not cool.
the jaw bridge, and
Yeah.
then they can barely fit in there.
Yeah.
They can barely stand in it.
So I just think G.I. Joe have really good play sets.
Yeah, but you already know I've had some issues with trying to find a Terrordrome.
Well,
Yeah.
you want that person that goes with it.
Well, the thing is, unfortunately, in ARAH collecting, particularly, for some reason, dealers don't think that if a figure came with a playset, that it should still go with it. Like they'll say, mint and complete. Oh, so you've got the driver? No, he's not in there. It's they always do that. Oh, mint and complete. Oh, but is the driver there? No, Grand Slam's not in there. It's like, but he came with it. If I bought this vehicle and you tell me it's mint and complete, but it doesn't have Overlord in there, it's not mint complete to me because this is what it came with. And they always want to take the jet and the pilot out of the Terrordrome and sell them separately. And then when you really start picking at them, you find out that, oh, it's reproduction stickers, and oh, it's somebody 3D printed this door and all this other stuff. And it's like, okay, you know what? If you've got replacement parts, it's still not mint and complete, right? And I've had some back and forth a couple of times at shows, and most of the time feel like somebody's trying to pull an okey doke on me. But yeah, of the three major play sets, that one's probably going to be the least expensive, and it would look great next to Serpentor.
Yeah, which
Plus-
is back there.
Plus, I've got just like I have a bunch of Joes from my childhood, I still have a bunch of Cobras from my childhood. I could put them all in there, and I'd like that. And I've got these too,
What?
which I can put in there, and that's the Snake Eyes and Shipwreck Spies.
Oh, I remember
were-
that episode.
Yeah, and these were convention exclusives from a couple of Joe Fests back that I got from the artist, and I could put them in the Terrordrome too.
Okay.
And so I was thinking about that, and it's like, oh yeah. So I'm all ready to go. I'm ready to fully man the Terrordrome. I just don't have one.
Yeah, well.
I'm working on it.
Yeah, you
one
gotta
of these
build.
days. One of these days, I'll go to a show and somebody will have one complete, and I'll figure it out. I don't even need to have the box.
Yeah, you do.
Where am I going to put it?
Just set it to the side.
Yeah,
I like the box.
The box art is fantastic.
It is.
I love even all the way back to the '60s. I mean, if you look at the artwork on this, like on that box, and the artwork on the coffin boxes, they call those up top.
Mm-hmm.
They've always done fantastic art for the G.I. Joe line, and that, they're kind of still sticking with that tradition with the classifieds, because but the art's on the side really. But that's it. I mean, we went on and on and on.
I know,
just
all
to
the way around the mountain.
just to show this. But hey, that's okay. So I don't know, guys. Anybody else taking that journey? Anybody else big fans of any of the eras of G.I. Joe? Because there's a lot of incarnations, a lot of vintage incarnations. Sergeant Savage. actually wasn't a bad action figure series.
Mm-hmm.
I liked Sergeant Savage. The Super Joe, when they were trying to compete with the popularity Amigo size figures, those are tough to find now too because they fall apart.
Mm-hmm.
The way they were constructed, they weren't constructed well at all, honestly. Or the original America's Movable Fighting Man, or what's your poison? What's your poison? It's hard for me trying to cover 3 decades of Joes. Instead of just sticking to one. But I grew up half in the '70s and half in the '80s. So vintage is always my wheelhouse, and I've always had an affinity for GI Joe, even though I collect a lot of other lines.
Anything else?
No, I guess that'll do it, guys. So again, grateful to the seller for owning the problem and working with me and getting that resolved. You don't see that very much anymore.